Welcome to the very top of the world at the Empire State Building, the 102nd floor, which is one of the most mind-blowing places you can visit in all of New York City. Definitely one of my favorite observation decks here. I'm going to show you around the 102nd floor views, 360, right in the middle of this great big city of New York. Right now we're facing the camera towards the Chrysler Building and 1 Vanderbilt and Billionaires Row there in the distance, with 432 Park Avenue and many other buildings. Soon we're going to see the Central Park Tower, and right below our feet is the views here of Murray Hill, Kips Bay, and there in the distance we have Greenpoint and Long Island City.
Tell them, show them. Yeah. Ooh. Nice.
And look at this downtown Manhattan. Right there is the One World Trade Center there in the distance. Here we see the Flatiron Building. So welcome everyone. You're probably not going to see me because of very soft lighting over here. The reason they do that is so you can see the views all the better. But right now we're on the 102nd floor, which is a bonus tier of the tickets. So be sure to get yourself the 102nd floor. I just finished doing the all access tour, which they give you a private tour through the entire building, all the fun facts, private. So it was just me and the tour guide, and I had Hugo as my tour guide. He was a wealth of knowledge, and I recorded a TikTok of it, so stay tuned. That'll be posted later on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. Hello Marilyn, hello George. Can we see the H&M building? It says Fresh Store. Yes, I'll show it to you in a bit. But here we see views of Brooklyn there in the distance. The Williamsburg waterfront. Hello Marilyn, hello. Marilyn says, my member icon not showing consistently. Oh, I'm not sure what's happening. I will look into that. Hello Mohammed, hello Susie, hello Andrew. I went back on Facebook, audio's okay. Awesome. Faith says, you're too awesome, loving it. Billions of lights, says Marilyn. Yeah, billions and billions of lights over here. And look at this. Rocky says Vertical is one of my favorite movies, and now I feel it. You know, yes, this is not for the faint of heart, but it isn't as dizzying as 1 Vanderbilt. I still feel pretty steady ground over here. And the cool thing is you're right in the middle of the city, on the island of Manhattan. And here we see, I hope they at some point light up the Flatiron, because it would look so cool at night if they light it up. But right there at the corner we see the Flatiron Building. We see the Christmas tree at Madison Square Park. And in my opinion, one of the most beautiful buildings of New York, the New York Life Insurance Building with this beautiful golden cone on top. Susie says your song Midnight Metropolis would be perfect now. Indeed it would, yeah. Indeed it would. So let me show you around. So here we have Virginia, hey, tuning in. Welcome, Virginia. Hello, Alex. Alex says, wow. Yeah, I was blown away when I came up here. I mean, I've already been up here a few times. To the 102nd floor, I've been up here maybe 3 times, but it never gets old. And this is the first time I actually came up here during night. So I am just blown away by these views at nighttime. Fresh says, I see 5th Avenue. Yes, so 5th Avenue is right over here. This one right over here. Continues down to the very tip of Manhattan and goes the other way as well. Broadway continues through. And here we have Hudson Yards. $19 billion plus developments, going way higher now because they're adding more and more buildings. Hey Lena, nice to see you here. Nigel, welcome. EDX girl, welcome. There we see the Madison Square Garden, which is in orange and blue. Let me know what lights those are. And there we see the Farley Palace, which is now home to the Moynihan train station, or train hall. One Penn, which was built right on top of Penn Station. Or actually right next to it. We have 34th Street right over here. Mandy says your new penthouse awaits you at the Hudson Yards. Indeed it does. Indeed it does. Luckily my commute is very short. You know, it's right over there. Right over there, my penthouse. Hey, just Kate, welcome. Marilyn asks, how do I guarantee my member icon appears all the time? So sometimes people accidentally make 2 accounts. They make a different account on a different device. So just make sure you're logging into the same YouTube account that you're already a member of. Can you actually get a room in the Empire State Building, says Andrew. There is no hotel in the Empire State Building as far as I know. The only way you can see more views in a place that's not the observation deck would be going to one of the offices, and the offices might have meeting rooms. So right here we're seeing Jersey City, Hoboken, right there. Hey Lena, hello Fang. Hello Natalie from Bristol. Ooh, cheers drive. Hey Kay, welcome. Feel free to ask me any questions. I'm going to show you full 360. We're going to see the H&M building soon. It's right over there. S. Bodie says, hey, Ariel's live again. NTM. Here's the elevator. Can we see the Newark skyline? You know, that is a great question. I don't know my geography of New Jersey too well, admittedly. Newark, I would assume would be this way. So I assume Newark, we're already pointing the camera in that direction. Anyone correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's the most we can see of Newark-ish. Mark, ¿cómo está acá? From the Philippines, welcome. Metalhead, great views. Can we see the Chrysler building? Oh yeah, Judith, we will. Oh yeah, we will. I showed in the beginning, we will end at the Chrysler. Newark is to the right. All right. All right, it's to the right, perfect. Joe Man from Melbourne, welcome. So I collaborated with the Empire State Building to do an all-access tour, and it was such a massive pleasure to do that all-access tour. It took me all around the lobby, the exhibition space. They took me behind the scenes. It was really, really cool. And it was all quick access to all the different places. So you're gonna see a short video on that, but I do recommend it if you do have the budget for it. It's a bit of a pricey tour, but I had a blast, especially if you're coming here with a significant other on a very special date. You know, if it's like a prior to an engagement or some type of major anniversary, I would recommend it. Having the lights low is nice because it reduces the glare. Yep, Mandy, I really do love what they did here. So very low lights in order to reduce that glare. You can still see your way around, and it is accessible because there's elevators here, but it's only purple lighting. So yeah, the Empire State Building is accessible. Hey, Chinchilla, welcome. So H&M Building, Times Square, we can actually see the billboards, some of them at least. Salesforce Building. We have a few of the buildings at Times Square. We see the lights, definitely from Times Square, glowing the city skyline. And we see Bryant Park right over there. The Winter Village, and people are actually ice skating right at this moment. Hey, Joey says gorgeous. Yeah, it's gorgeous. Gary, amazing New York City. It is. And right over here, Macy's, 34th Street. One of the largest department stores in the world. Christmas lights are full display. Can we see the Bank of America Tower? Which one is the Bank of America Tower? That's a good question. Can you? I'm not sure. Let me know which one's the Bank of America Tower. I think it might be this one. Fresh start. There's also the American Radiator Building, which is not visible really at night. They really don't light it up. Gorgeous, gorgeous building. And 30 Rock down there with the huge Comcast logo. 30 Rock is one of the other observation decks of New York City. And then we have Central Park right behind it, which is pretty dark at this moment. But even behind that, those lights are the major avenues that cross through Harlem. Hannah sent 100 stars. Oh, Hannah, thank you so much for 100 stars. Stars count for double in this month. Paul says, this gives me Blade Runner vibes. It does. I'm expecting a gigantic Ana de Almas to pop up, the holographic version. And right there we see Central Park Tower, which actually exceeds Empire State Building and One World Trade Center in roof height, but it doesn't have a spire, so it isn't as tall as these buildings, or isn't as tall as One World Trade Center at least. This is kind of cool. You can see the entrance to the Lincoln Tunnel. I love seeing that infrastructure. It's kind of a cool view in my opinion. Can you see the GWB and the Tappan Zee? Tappan Zee is a bit harder to spot from this distance, but the GWB would be right here. That bridge in the distance, that's the GWB. Adam. Can we see the Harlem River Drive? I think you can kind of see it. And One Vanderbilt right there glowing. One Vanderbilt really does give off cyberpunk vibes. Hey, Corrales. Pennsylvania is so beautiful. Oh, yeah. You're watching from Pennsylvania. Hey, I'm waving you over to you from Pennsylvania. Dimitri says, what a beautiful sight. It is a gorgeous sight. And ladies and gentlemen, the beautiful, the amazing, the wonderful, the marvelous Chrysler Building. One of the most beautiful buildings to have ever been built in the history of mankind. Up there with Mona Lisa or the Great Pyramids of Giza. Pantheon. Hey, Rob says it's like a living being, the throbbing roads, like the body's arterial network beating and beating like a heartbeat. That's beautifully said, Rob, beautifully said. Yeah, you're right. There is this sense of the beating heartbeat of the city. From this perspective, it definitely looks like arterial networks. When I was taking a plane above New York City a few years ago, arriving into LaGuardia at night, I remember being amazed by all the cities because from that altitude, it looks more like huge spore networks, huge mushrooms in a way where they spread and you see all the lights and the little planes as if they were little spores hovering above. Can we see the Statue of Liberty? It's hard to make up from this distance at this time of night. I will surprise live. Glad I found you. Yeah, I will surprise live. I didn't anticipate going live. I did record a TikTok. What's the ugliest building in New York City? I think the ugliest building in New York City is the Verizon building right by the Brooklyn Bridge. It's horrifying. Have we seen the skinny, tall towers on Billionaires Row? It says 3-inch. We are. I'm pointing the camera at one of them. 432 Park Avenue, the original super skinny, super tall skyscraper. The one that's very controversial. 432 Park Avenue, that super skinny, tall skyscraper that you're seeing right there, was actually designed after a garbage can that was produced in the early 1900s. That garbage can is for sale for a few $100s. A very expensive garbage can, but literally inspired by a garbage can. It's not a judgment on the building. I can say a lot more about the building, but it is literally designed after a garbage can. And this one is even skinnier. It's so skinny that you can barely see it, but you see those lights sticking out right over here. These lights. That is Steinway Tower. It might also go by the name, I think, Nordstrom Tower, maybe. But that one is super, super skinny. David calls the 432 Park Avenue the cheese grater building. Yeah, and as I mentioned before, this is Central Park Tower, the super tall one. It might not look crazy tall because of the lights, but lo and behold, that is taller than the building we're standing in right now. Susie says, imagine the views. Yeah, imagine having a penthouse apartment with these views. Instead, you can actually see the Empire State Building if you lived on one of those billionaire row apartments. Anything really above the 50th floor, you can have amazing views of the entire New York City skyline. Would you live with these views? Let me know. Imagine going to sleep with these views. Imagine cooking with these views, or taking a bath or shower with these views, or making your morning coffee with these views, or Netflixing and chilling with these views. I think it's your camera's reflections that still the red lights. Yeah, don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, there's no UFOs. Oh, the UFO up there is opening up a portal, a red portal. It happens from time to time in New York, so just ignore it. It's the Ghostbusters building visible from here. Yeah, we can kind of see it, but it's hard to make out. It will be at the border of Central Park over here, but all those buildings are pretty dark at this time of night. Marilyn says, I'm almost at 50K subscribers. I am indeed. But to cross 50K on YouTube, and I crossed 300 on Twitch, and close to crossing 500K on TikTok. I had a moment right now where I kind of forgot where I was. I was so immersed in the skyline that I just like, oh, I'm standing in an observation deck. Let me know if you ever felt that in a high building. Can we see the Whitestone Bridge? Yeah, you actually can. We can see the Whitestone in the Throg's Neck. Right there in the distance. That's the Whitestone in the Throg's Neck. Fred says, can we see the T-Tower? You can, but it's hard to make out at this time. It's a pretty black building. The blue light is for the soccer team. Oh, that's why. Yeah. New York City soccer team won the MLS champion. Hey, Janice, nice to see you here. I love the spire of One Vanderbilt. It looks so cool. That looks very steampunk. Imagine seeing that in the snowy day, which we did a few days ago. Check it out, last week's broadcast. I was up here on a sunny day, and that was one of the few lights shining in the skyline. We can also see the Kosciuszko Bridge. Again, I might be mispronouncing that. People do pronounce it differently. It's a Polish name. Beautifully lit in blue. And I even see my neighborhood of Jackson Heights, Queens. My childhood neighborhood. And right over here, right by the MetLife building, would be the location of the Avengers Tower in the Marvel Universe. So it'll be right behind this MetLife building. They actually no, it won't be right behind. My mistake. I think the MetLife building is the Avengers Tower. They just extended it upwards. So they CGI'd up the building. Janice says, I'll be waving from the RFK Bridge in a few minutes. Oh, Janice, so cool. Dwayne says, spectacular views. Oh, yeah. Carol says, looks beautiful. It really does. Paul says, can you find my wallet down there? Zoom in. I'll do my best, Paul. We see planes coming in to LaGuardia. Should be around this area. Dwayne says, perfect for photography. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I came in here right during Blue Hour after an amazing all-access tour, so big props to Empire State Building for treating me to this tour so I can bring many tens of thousands or if not hundreds of thousands of people along in a short TikTok video and during this live video. So thank you, everyone. Round of hearts to Empire State Building. Dwayne says, if you took photos of this, you can make prints. So if you're looking for any Christmas gifts, I do have prints available of the skyline, of various parts of the skyline, including the views that we're seeing today. There's a few prints available of that. So go to urbanist.darkroom.tech to get one or give it as a gift. Here we have the entrance of the Downtown Tunnel. Always interesting seeing New York infrastructure from this height. Richard says, perfect video. Oh, my pleasure, Richard. I still have a little bit more filming to do because I skipped the 80th and 86th floor to go up here immediately. So I can do this live video, and then I gotta film a little bit more for the TikTok. I film actually another TikTok. Oh my God, there's a plane, well, pretty low here. What is that plane? Is that a drone? You see that blinking red light with green light? Dave says, I watched the stream in Milan earlier and I loved it when you were there. I'm so glad. So if anyone can put the dark room pics, it's exclamation point Prince and the link will pop up. Eyeball, a lot of people are saying it's a chopper. It's most likely not a chopper. It's probably one of those huge drones because the way it's flying, it's very fast and it's flying pretty, well, it could be a chopper, but it's flying pretty smoothly. Corrales, how much is the price here? I think, if anyone can double check, I think it's about $80 for the 102nd floor option. You can upgrade at the last minute, but I would recommend buying the 102nd floor option ahead of time. If you do have the budget for the all access tour, you'll get access to the 102nd floor as well. And I would recommend, if you're doing the all access tour, they'll probably do this anyway, but you see 80th, you see 86th, and just stay at the 102nd. And then there you can just linger as I'm doing it right now, enjoying taking photos. The tour has ended, but you can take your sweet time enjoying these views and then go back down to 86 and see the views from, you know, the outside area of the observation deck. And there's benches down below. So I would recommend really dedicating a full night to Empire State Building. Don't make Broadway plans afterwards. Or I would recommend against it because you'll be here longer than you think because it's just that impressive. Someone asked, is there the V? Do you need the V to get up here? You do indeed, yeah. You have to show proof of V to get up here. And there you can buy my prints, urbanist.room.tech. Shelly says, there she is. Yeah, indeed. All right, everyone, I'm sticking for 3 more minutes. Tomorrow I'll see you live at 1 p.m. I'll be back on Thursday around 7:30 p.m., 7:15 to 7:30. 7:30 I'll be, to do a New Yorker's review of Spider-Man No Way Home, just out of the theater. All live video. First 15 minutes or so will be no spoilers. Then the rest of the video will be spoilers, but I will give ample warning and I will have a marker. And then on Friday, I'm actually collaborating with another cool company that you'll find out about, and I'll probably be doing a mini live in one of the Broadway theaters around 7 to 8 p.m., give or take. Andrew says, look down, there's a guy picking his nose. Yeah, down there. So here there's actually good service. So if you're coming up here and want to FaceTime a loved one or, you know, Skype call, whatever you do for a video call, I would recommend coming up here or the 80th floor. You're not going to have good service in the 86th floor. And we can actually see right over here Washington Square Park Arch and the Christmas tree. We can actually make it out from this distance. Wow. Wow. All right, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. I'll stick around for 1 more minute. If you have any last remaining questions, feel free to ask. I'll leave you with these views. I'm just in love with these views. Peter says, thank you for the live stream. As always, my pleasure, Peter. And stay tuned next week. We're gonna have an Urbanist Christmas extravaganza, daily live videos towards the 24th. Susie says, thank you for the surprise live, my pleasure. Jax, hello. Nathan says, we need Leanne in New York City. Indeed we do. Penelope says, make one feel small. I am all. Hello. Thanks, my wife and I are visiting in December. Yeah. Follow me on TikTok, Ariel Vieira. If anyone can put down the link, Ariel Vieira is my TikTok. It's my name. And I will be posting the All Access Tour. You can also watch it on Instagram, and I'll be posting it on Facebook as well. Instagram and Facebook is Urbanist Live. There we go. Wow. From New York City, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. If you want to lend your support to these shows, I cover many more places beyond collaborations like these. I go places myself to bring it to you on live video, so feel free to become a patron.com/urbanist. Keep being awesome and always keep on exploring. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.